Hello, my name is Jeremy Trimmer with Titan Architectural Products and Titan Stairs of Utah. I'd like to introduce you to our new website application, the TitanPro Stair Designer. This is a tool that allows designers, homeowners, builders, and stair manufacturers to design balustrades using a vast array of components and configurations. We initially came up with this concept due to the lack of quality user-friendly design tools that are currently available. In fact, there are a few out there which focus primarily on baluster and post selections, but they're nothing that remotely approaches the scope, versatility, and scale of TitanPro. This demonstration is of our first pre-release of the application. It includes most of the basic functionality, but there will be some significant enhancements before the full release in July, and then we expect continued enhancements in the future based on user feedback. First, I'd like to clarify exactly what TitanPro Stair Designer is and what it is not. It is an application through which users can select their stair and balustrade components and apply these to a basic stair template and see how these look in various configurations. It's not an attempt to recreate users' exact stair designs, as you will see. In addition, the designer will utilize a vast array of components, many of which are not compatible with each other. A lot of these conflicts will be visually obvious, however others may have conflicts that are not obvious or code issues that will require professional expertise to identify. Still, TitanPro will provide users with a very detailed visual representation of what they're trying to achieve with their design, and then a professional can offer suggestions or modifications to bring their design as close to reality as possible. Alright, so let's get started. The process is extremely simple. In the full release there will be several additional options such as login, which allows users to save designs and templates to work with later, and then some printing options, etc. But for now we'll proceed directly to step one, which is stringers. And we simply select the drop down box, choose one of the stringer options. I'll show you a couple here. There's open, closed, open with skirt board. We'll just stick with this one. Next, we'll take you to step 2, where we are going to select our posts, and we start by simply clicking edit. Here we have the category wood newel posts and the subcategory of turn newel posts. We can click the category or subcategory to bring up different options. Show you these box newel posts. We can then select a box post and apply the post, and it will add that to the design template. We can then click next, or we can simply click the tab that we want to go to, step 3, which is select your rel. Same process, click edit. Again, we have a category and subcategory, and then the icons which represent the rel profiles. You'll also notice on all of the images this little pop-up window that gives you the description: 3 1/4 tall by 3 1/4 wide handrail, in this case a large heritage. We click that handrail, we apply this, and then we move on to step 4, which is select your balusters. And this step's a little more, has some more features, a little more complicated, so we're going to spend a little more time here. Same process to begin with. We select edit. We have category wood balusters, subcategory of traditional balusters. We can simply click baluster. If we want to use this for the entire pattern, we can simply apply the pattern. If, however, say we want to replace one of these balusters with something else, just one in the middle, we can preview the pattern. We can then select something iron balusters. We can select, say, this post here. We can now drop it in front of this baluster or right over the top of the baluster. Then we can apply the pattern. You'll see the baluster. Now it's a little off center, so we're going to go ahead and shift that, and we're going to add a baluster below it so we can kind of get that centered, so you can kind of see how that works. In addition, let's go back into the editor tab. start over. Let's do a design single, double, single, and let's add a panel in here, iron panels, and we can select an individual panel, and we can apply that. Nice. We can then adjust the, we have one here and two here, so it's not always going to be perfect. That's just the way it is with the distance we have, but we can shift this a little bit and try and make that a little more symmetrical. We can also, let's clear this. Say we like what we've been working with, but we really haven't come up with an exact pattern we like. We can go into history. It'll pull up all the components we've used rather than having to go through the category and subcategory. So let us select a single, double, and a scroll. And that's going to give us kind of a not a very symmetrical pattern. Let's apply that. You can kind of see. So say we want to add another basket in here. We can take this basket, we can add it right from there as I just did, and then we can drag that in front. We can rearrange these. We can also reverse the pattern, and then we can apply the pattern. And this will create a conflict. You can see that the scroll is actually being cut off by the post. This is an obvious visual conflict. I'll show you another conflict here really quick. If we adjust this distance, say we adjust it clear out like this, that creates a code conflict. That may not be obvious to everyone, so a professional may have to be consulted to identify those issues. In this case, let's go back to here and we just shift the balusters. We can shift them to where they are more symmetrical. We have a double, single, a single, double. So that's a more symmetrical design. And then that basically covers the different options for this step. Next, we have the Options tab. And it's always open. And that's so that we can make changes as we go, test out some different things, see how things look as we're selecting different components. Here we can select a different wood color. We can also select volutes. If we don't like the post that goes with this volute, we can select, let's go back and select a different post. Always go back. In this case, let's select a turned newel, which usually go with volutes. Apply this. A little better look there. And then we can select a base rail. And you can see there's a little bit of a conflict here. Again, the conflicts are more like warnings or kind of red flags. It doesn't mean that it can't be made to work, and it shouldn't be abandoned, because a lot of times, like in this case, these balusters could be, the tops could be cut and they could be lifted up a little bit and everything would be fine. So just because it doesn't work exactly on the design template doesn't mean that it needs to be discarded. It can still give you the basic idea of what you're looking for, and a professional should be able to usually figure out a way to make it work. So select a sub rail. We can also select a half post, which applies a post to the wall. And we can say, you know, if we don't want to volute, see what these different options look like. And you can do this right when you're designing. See how things look with a closed string or skirt board. You know, so there's lots of different variables here, different configurations. We just go with the standard design. Once you have that, the last option is the background color. And this is a simple color picker, where you can just click any color wall you can dream up. Or you can type in the code itself. I don't know any codes, but we'll just type something in here. See what happens. But if you know the color that you're using for your walls, and you can find something similar to that online or the exact code, then you can apply this to the designer and get very close to what your actual wall is going to look like. So with that done, currently you can go ahead and print the page, and in the future, what we're gonna have a few more options as mentioned, but you'll be able to save designs, print just a stair template itself instead of this entire page, which will also give you a list of components so that you can take those and figure out quantities and place orders, and that type of thing. So anyway, again, would like